Welcome or welcome back to my channel. You're watching Shreya's Journal. So, recently my Substack, The Art of Being You, crossed 400k subscribers in July, and I'm genuinely so grateful to all the people who read my Substack. So, I was getting a lot of questions regarding how to get started with Substack, what all things that I did, blah blah blah. So, I was like, let me just make a video about it. And let me just be clear with you that I don't think a number can ever define an artist, and like the number of views that your art gets or the number of followers that you have or the number of subscribers that you have never defines your art. Like, please, let's just keep the number aside for a second and let's talk about the fun of writing. So I think I should firstly start with my journey with Substack. So I was like on a random day just watching a video essay by Anna, I guess, and the video I was watching was on like digital gardening. And something about just documenting all the things that you consume and all the content pieces that inspire you, just like writing things down, that really like made me feel something. I was like, you know what, let's do that. So I bought myself a commonplace notebook. It's like a diary basically that you can carry everywhere and just write about your different ideas, all thoughts that you get. It's literally just jotting things down that ever come in your brain. It's like a brain dump almost, so that your brain doesn't have to hold all the things, and you can obviously have all your ideas stored out in this diary. And one other thing that she was talking about in that video was obviously Substack, and she was referring to a Substack essay. And I was like, what is Substack? Like, I want to try it out. And yeah, 10 days into reading some Substack articles on my iPad, I was like, you know what? I want to get onto this app and write myself, because I wanted to express some things, and not like anything profound per se. Like, you don't have to write profound things to be a writer. All you need to do is express yourself. And honestly, I love this one thing about Substack, that it never really like makes you think about the algorithm much, because trust me, the algorithm is really good there, and not like, well, dare I say, Instagram. To be really honest, as a studygram creator on Instagram as well, I have always felt this pressure of, grabbing the audience's attention in like the first 3 seconds of them seeing your reel. And I hate that. Like, because how is an artist supposed to create a content that is like just, clickbaity or attention grabby enough for, I don't know, 1 second and 2 seconds? Just how can you express yourself in like 3 seconds, 5 seconds? And Substack, however, never made me feel that pressure of, trying to grab people's attention in the first 3 seconds of them, watching or reading whatever your article is about. I mean, obviously, the article's title is a crucial thing that, attracts or like makes people go away from your article. But at the same time, I think people on Substack, they have the attention span to actually read an article and not just like scroll through like a reel. You know what I mean? Obviously, as Substack becomes more mainstream, more people will join the app and more people will try to build their attention spans, which is even better as a thing. I mean, Substack is not just for the writers, but also for the readers who want to actually, read good stuff and not just consume the AI slop content on the internet. So I started writing on Substack. I started expressing myself, and obviously, the first article never goes viral. Let's be real. But I was like really grateful to know that, even 10 or 20 people were actually like willing to read what I write. Like, that feels like a big accomplishment for someone who has always been told that, oh yeah, like, your English writing skills are so good, and oh my god, you're such a great student and you speak English such well, blah blah blah. But then, I mean, I never really had a proof aside from the English literature grades that I used to get, or the grammar grades. So yeah, but Substack genuinely felt like something I can put my art on, and people are actually willing to read it and let alone appreciate it. So I mean, I was genuinely happy. Then I kept writing and writing, and I think in December 2025 I hit 200k subscribers, which was honestly a dream come true. So obviously I can't really give you all professional writing tips or anything, but as someone who has been writing since 1 year almost, I would like to give you some pointers. And first of all, don't fret or don't stress, because this isn't like, as if, oh yeah, you need to follow a strategy and, like, write 4 articles a month or 3 articles a month. Like, that's not the culture. I mean, yes, you can choose to write that much if you can, but I personally think that writing an article or an essay really requires a lot of mental power and a lot of creative space of mind. So because for me, what happens most of the times, I get an idea and I kind of let it ruminate in my head for a little amount of time, and then I write it down, and then I get more ideas related to that particular article idea. And that's how, like, the tree branches out, and I one day basically sit down to write all the ideas together, and just the article comes to life. Like, that's just how it is. And most of the times I have written like 1 or 2 articles a month, but there have been periods of time where I just felt so, like, I just didn't feel creative enough, or I don't know, even knowledgeable enough to write an article. But that's when, you just have to live. Like, you don't have to pressurize yourself into putting out something just for the sake of it. And taking your own time and just writing at your own pace is what makes the art truly authentic, because it wasn't rushed. I read this on Substack recently, this one note. It said the creative process is the art. I mean, spontaneous ideas you get when you're creating something, you're like, oh my god, wait, I should add this, oh my god, wait, I should talk about this or this, blah blah blah. Like, that is the real creativity, that is the real art. So anyways, that first point is like, don't stress at all. Secondly, I would say, just write. No pressure, no nothing, just write. Because a lot of the times we think of it as, oh no, my writing needs to be perfect, I shouldn't be having any grammatical errors. I mean, obviously grammatical errors do ick people out, and honestly I agree. However, that is not the point of writing. The point is to improve yourself, and how are you going to improve yourself when you're not even writing? Exactly. So you need to start putting out pieces so that you understand what your writing style is, what all things you want to write about. Because for me, like, my personal niche is, well, technically everything, because I write about everything. However, it is mostly like lifestyle and life related. Okay, so another important pointer would be to just utilize that impulsiveness of yours, because a lot of the times I have been struck by article ideas. I just have to sit down and write it out, or else I will forget about it. So, like, obviously, a commonplace notebook, as I showed my diary, that is obviously an amazing choice to have, like, to just write down that article idea. Or, you can just sit down with your laptop and just type it out, because sometimes that's what you need. That, just getting into that action mode, because a lot of the times we are just stuck in the thinking process, and we just keep on thinking and thinking and thinking, and we are like, okay, one day I'll do it, okay, one day I'll sit down and do it. That one day never comes. So might as well just, like, sit down and just get it done with. Thirdly, I would say an important fuel to writing would be people's feedback. And honestly, I can't stress this enough, but I genuinely love the people on Substack. They are genuinely so kind hearted. And I remember when I started out, I was like, at 200 subscriber, or a subscriber count, or like 100 subscribers, 50 subscribers, whatever. And I still had the best people just commenting on my articles and thanking me for writing this. And the way they resonated, they would comment about how, that was the one thing they wanted to hear today, and that made their day, blah blah blah. Like, that is why we write. Like, I just love it when people actually express how they felt while reading your article. It just fills me with immense pleasure to, like, know that, yes, someone actually loved reading my article. And that kind of becomes 1/4 of the reason why I kept writing and writing and writing, because people's feedback really changes you. Okay, now last but not the least, I feel like most of the times people give up on writing on Substack, and honestly it made me also want to give up, is when the fact that you just feel like an utter failure. You don't feel like writing anything because you feel so uninspired, because life happens, and we will all have, depressing phases of our lives as well. So at least how I deal with the writing slump is, first of all, I don't force myself to write because my mental health matters more than my creativity. Okay, so calm down. Secondly, I feel like journaling things really makes it easier for me to like digest a situation or come out of that situation with a better perspective on life. Let's say you can literally be going through so many stressful situations. Let's say you have 10 exams from at your college or your school, and let's say you have a hectic work week, or just so many things that can be happening. Let's say you're going through a breakup. A lot of things can be, contributing to your writing slump, but I feel like not journaling about it will just make the problem more complicated, because you're never going to know how exactly this situation is affecting you emotionally. So you need to firstly analyze that, like just journal it out through journaling prompts. And yeah, if you're lucky enough, that might really even inspire you for an article. Like, yeah, let's use that for the creative mind. Anyways, so yeah, that's that. And I guess that's all I wanted to say about writing on Substack. And I really hope the big message you take from this video is just write. Don't judge yourself before you even make the art, like just make your art exist and make it perfect later. So yeah, and just keep enjoying the writing process, the creativity, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.